And now, with further ado, I'm delighted to hand over to our speaker, Marina. Enjoy the session.
Hi, my name is David. Welcome to today's webinar on how to transform your L&D strategy with practical AI tools and frameworks. You will receive impulses on how to plan and implement AI solutions for your personnel development. Marina should have welcomed you today, but she is still busy with her lunch and has asked me to take over for her. On Monday, you already heard Meg talk about self-leadership on the first impact level. Yesterday, Gunther told you about lateral leadership on the second impact level, and today you will learn about the third impact level on the topic of AI L&S strategy toolkits. We will take a look at how to transform your L&D strategy of practical RE tools and frameworks, and you will get impulses on how to plan and implement AI solutions for your workforce development.
Hi everyone, and thank you, David, for taking over. I hope everyone have also David. We have to work a little bit on the pronunciation yet, but let's start with an overview on the current trends in AI workplaces to start with the common ground. Jobs that previously required manual input or creation, like writing texts, will shift towards generating, reviewing, and refining AI-generated content. And across the majority of roles, there will be an increased emphasis on using your expertise and experiences to define AI inputs and validate outputs. And to be able to use AI machine learning, 80% of the data accuracy is data accuracy and 20% only AI modulation. AI will be also used to make routine and structured tasks easier and faster. With AI handling routine tasks, employees in most roles will focus on more strategic activities rather than administrative tasks. And there will be a new focus on building AI capabilities, ensuring the workforce can source data using AI, find outputs generated by AI, and make data-driven decisions based on AI. And AI will change what it means to perform in most roles. It will provide real-time access to data on employee skills, impact, and other measures. For example, the company Norsk Hydro, a global energy company, implemented AI-enabled skills technology via SAP SuccessFactors, which provides personalized learning recommendations, improve employee engagement, and enhances workforce planning. The process involves translating job titles, validating skills data, and integrating AI into their HR processes to create a dynamic skills library and better learning experiences. So this just as a common ground for all of us to move forward for the L&D. Here is an AI enhanced competency framework for learning and development roles. It reflects relevant roles such as internal L&D specialists, project managers, instructional designer, trainer, administrative assistants, and internal marketing coordinators. The L&D specialist identifies, for instance, the organizational training needs and designs learning solutions that align with corporate goals and employee development plans. Leveraging AI tools, they can analyze now skill gaps, personalized learning paths, and collaborate with stakeholders to implement impactful learning initiatives. This framework ensures the competencies are relevant to roles in a corporate L&D environment, while leveraging AI in order to enhance efficiency and effectiveness. These job roles with the AI enhancement are created in 2 minutes by ChatGPT, including the chart. Before I show you some figures on the current state of AI using in L&D, I would like to ask you where you are currently standing. For this, please take out your phones or just go to Mentimeter and enter the code. And I would like you to answer the question, how would you describe your current state in using AI in workplace L&D? And I would like to choose only one answer, please. I will give you a few seconds to enter the QR code. Here, and I hope it's working. You are nodding. Okay, awesome. Already taking part of the poll. Few seconds more. I will already move to the results. Okay, some movement going on there. So we see that, okay, most of you are already using in some parts of the organization AI. Awesome. Okay, none of you has no intention of using AI as a part of L&D. That's also good. And your organization has already experimented with AI. Awesome. So, great. Thank you very much. I see that the charts are not moving anymore. So I will move further to the next start. Okay. Still answers popping in. Okay, but it's still already, you have experimented with AI and are already using it. But none has not used it, and no answer it that you are already using it extensively. Let's have a look at some statistics here. This chart shows the result of a big GSS focus report where 420 international L&D practitioners were asked the same question. And we see here that the most already have experience with AI, like you do as well. But there are still around 20% who have no experience with AI. And less than 10% are using AI in L&D extensively. And all the others are somewhere between experimenting and already using AI in some parts of L&D, like you are. The gap between the opportunities of AI and implementation degree of companies is still very big. But it seems that we have moved along from the toy phase to the stage of the early adopters. The life cycle of tech describes the typical development when new technical possibilities emerge. And fundamentally transformative technology like AI may at the beginning spark concern rather than delight. We know this situation, it's similar to other big transformations, right? And I believe where we are currently at the phase where the decision is made who is having the competitive advantage. We need to set robust AI strategies to be competitive in the future. Having said that, moving to a next question, and I promise it's the last one already for today. So I want to ask you again a short question. Which benefits do you expect when using AI in learning and development? So you should be able to see already the next question in your Mentimeter. Jana is nodding. Thank you. Awesome. So when you have stayed there, I can move forward already to the result report. Okay, let's see here. Okay, to improve efficiency and reduce costs with L&D. Okay, on the 4th place, it's some movement. Okay, still answers coming in. So on the 1st place, we have used data analysis to support decision making. This is a very interesting one. You will see in a minute or in a second why I say this. To improve, on the 2nd place, to improve efficiency to reduce costs within learning and development. And on the 3rd place, awesome, to identify skills already. So you're truly one of the early adopters. And on the 4th place, to create learning content faster. And on the 5th one, to improve the quality of learning design. This one is very interesting. This last one was very similar to the branch results, but now you will see that here, compared to the market, you're already in another stage. So you're already saying that you're using it to identify skills, and also the data part is much bigger and a bigger benefit for you than compared to your colleagues, to your more than 400 colleagues in learning and development. And here we see that still most of the learning and development experts are using AI to create learning content faster. then to improve efficiency and reduce costs within learning and development. On the third place, to use data analysis to support decision making. And on the fourth place, to improve the quality. And only on the last place, we have here to identify the skills. Another study shows the current state with a similar picture. The participant sample was smaller, but more options were included and more questions were included. And what I like in this research is that also future-oriented questions were asked, like what we expect will add the most value in the future, so in 3 years. The scenarios of applications were clustered in 3 areas, and I only want to point out the key findings for you. You will get the insights to the link of this research afterwards, and the source link and also the translated version, because the original one is in German, but we translated it for you for English. And so you can do the assessment also for yourself. I find it quite interesting. So the greatest value is seen in data-driven L&D in the areas of L&D strategy and standard processes. So here and here. And in the personalization of learning offerings through smart suggestions in the area of content development and individual coaching. So here and here. So now we come to the question where to start. Have you ever heard the sentence, we will wait until we get the company guideline? Are you still waiting? We can't implement this tool due to GDPR reasons or because of IT. At some point, I was at all these stages at once. So the circle of influence is a tool which helps me to distinguish between the areas I can't influence or control, like what other companies are doing, regulatory changes, for instance, and between those I can control, like providing guidance and spaces for exchange and resources for learning. Or like I can control training and upskilling, my own upskilling, but also of my team. And I can also control progress tracking as an L&D expert. And I can give guidance on tools and responsible usage. And the most important thing is I can have a positive attitude and be a role model. Before companies tackle the AI transformation of their learning and development, it makes sense to assess their current AI readiness. An AI readiness check helps to assess the initial situation and discuss it together. The results show the perceived readiness of the company in terms of culture, resources, data, strategic alignment, and knowledge from a specific point of view. So this could be from the view of a team or from a specific business area. And with a common starting point, it is easier to identify opportunities for integrating AI into the L&D strategy. You could use the CXAI maturity assessment, for instance, or the readiness check from Left Shift 1. Both are science-based and are available for free, which I find very valuable. And I find the first one easier to answer. This one we did for our company, but at the moment it's only available in German. So how to get started after the assessment? There are probably many ways which lead to Rome, but here is one which I find helpful and easy to follow. To identify the impact AI can have on your company, you and your team, first, you need to have a basic understanding of AI and its technical possibilities. Like, for instance, that there is not yet the AI. It's an umbrella term for several technologies within computer science, and it aims to produce programs that simulate human intelligence. And that we are mostly working with generative AI, which are deep learning models that are trained to generate content as images or text. But we also know other areas like robotics or neural networks like self-driving cars or speech recognition. And secondly, you need to have a thorough knowledge of your processes. Those who already have had detailed process maps have a clear advantage here. So when you look at your processes to evaluate the AI potential, start with simply mapping and listing all of them. A second step, categorize them into 3 process steps: computer supported, fully automated, and manual. This helps you to identify the areas for the biggest potential. For example, if you have already computer-supported translations, you could think about automizing them. Or if you have fully automated feedback, you could use AI to provide more context-based feedback. And in the manual category, maybe you won't find an AI potential. That is also fine. We don't need to have 100% automation. Augmentation already helps you in 80% of cases. And next step, assess the cost-saving potential of your activity. This way you can determine your starting point easily with the initiative offering the greatest potential for you. Here is our translation example. Our translations are already computer supported in this case. Now we try to use AI to help us to increase the reach and the usage of our learning materials by using, for instance, text-to-speech applications. And we assigned here the cost as an example with around 3,600 euros for the licenses and still some manual parts, and also added the savings with 15K as it will replace a few other process steps. So how to bring AI now into the organization? So I think it's very important that in learning and development to create a holistic strategy and how to get people on board for AI-enabled innovation. And there are 3 levels on how you could do that. First, on the individual level, for example, to an internal expert or team where individuals can turn to, or create a safe space where learning professionals, team members, and leaders can try out AI and build their knowledge and skills. We organize, for instance, once a month a VR and AI happy hour, where team members, partners, clients, and simply everyone who is interested in learning about AI and VR can come to our office and try out new applications, or also in case of AI, participate online as well. But also easy access to AI use cases and proven resources can help individuals to get comfortable with AI. And second, on a product level, by finding opportunities in the L&D product portfolio to gain either productivity, efficiency, or creativity improvements, like, for instance, using AI for better design in company presentations or speech-to-text applications to raise accessibility. And third, on an organizational level, by building networks and connections with other groups in the business, for example, connecting different L&D groups to strengthen the company-wide L&D community, if you're working in different countries or segments, or connecting with internal AI and data experts that could be brought in to support L&D initiatives. So for us, we choose an agile format, the so-called autonomy day, to get all the team members involved into the AI transformation journey. We provided everyone with the opportunity to explore any topic related to AI, and we intentionally set minimal guidelines and allocated a budget also for potential licenses purchases. The experimentation could be conducted individually, within teams, across departments, hierarchies, and teams. We established also a communication platform to make the topics being worked on very transparent, so everyone can see who is working on what. A date was set for presenting the results, and we invited also relevant stakeholders to discuss the outcomes and jointly decided on the next steps. And we plan to repeat this process again. Now that we found our AI project on our autonomy day, we need to check if it is aligned with the business. Let's try it out for the example of AI-supported role plays. So a role play can enhance the skill development with personalized, adaptive role plays and improve learning outcomes. AI role plays are still relatively rare in the L&D industry, especially if they are customized to the organization's specific context. And only few competitors offer AI role plays tailored to specific needs in L&D, making it a unique approach. So next checkbox. And if adapted to the company specifics, making it costly and time intensive for competitors to replicate and not easy to imitate, if not part of the company. Next checkbox. And it requires also skilled staff, leadership support, and integration into L&D strategy for success. So we came to the conclusion that AI-driven role plays in L&D can offer a sustainable competitive advantage. So it aligns with our business. Now I want to share with you 6 AI applications we find useful in our daily learning and development. So the first one, use AI to optimize your learning objectives. Here's an example prompt. I want to get 5 learning objectives for lateral leadership using the terms stakeholder and communication, as the content is focusing on these 2 topics. And I want the learners being able not only to know things after the training, but also being able to apply them. So this is why I ask it to use Bloom's application verbs. For more advanced trainings, you could also use even higher order verbs. Depending where you need to incorporate the objectives, you could do this simply in a prompt as a prompt in an LLM, like in ChatGPT, or like in our case, in the authoring tool directly. Most authoring software have already integrated AI functions, like Articulate Rise, which we use. And what I find here very helpful is that it can include content already described in a lesson. You see it here with the source content, so I can choose which source to use, either the one already presented in the authoring tool itself, or I can also add a textbook, for instance. Let's see the output. So I got 5 learning objectives. Okay, it used the terms stakeholder and communication. Check, right? And it used also the application verbs. Not bad. From the first glance, it looks good. Maybe I would exchange the 5th objective. In the 5th objective, the term team with stakeholder. But as I'm not an expert on lateral leadership, I might not be the right person to judge this. But if I'm not mistaken, we have an expert and author on lateral leadership present with us, Gunther Fürstberger. Gunther, if you are with us, I would like to ask you to just comment in the group chat function if you think that these objectives match with your content. Let's see. Diana is nodding that Gunther is available. I saw also that Marilena is here. If not, if Gunther is not available, maybe. Okay. Gunther makes sense, I guess. Okay, awesome. We got the approval. Thank you. Then let's use this outline to create our block on the learning objectives. So, and this is how it looks like when the block is created and added in the lesson itself. I like the AI assistant in RISE also because it creates the block already in the right format and I don't have to deal with annoying formatting. So let's move to a second application. You can also use AI to optimize your feedback. I hope that you agree that feedback is most powerful when it's delivered soon after the learner completes a task, when it's motivational, but also adapted to the learner's performance, and when it's focused as much on what to do next as what has already been done. If we are being honest to ourselves, who is applying all of this and using feedback rules each time? I know I'm not. And here again, you can use simple prompts using all these criteria, like provide feedback, checking if the task is fulfilled, use feedback rules, and be motivational. Give advice on the next steps. In this case, you need to provide the AI upfront with the task, description, and the answer of the learner. So if you're using the prompt in ChatGPT, for instance. Or you could use also built-in AI assistants in your learning and management platform. And here is an example, just shortly, how it's used in our built-in system. Okay, you can see it now, awesome, in Promote, what we use. So here's an example. We have here the option to create short responses, long responses, or also end with a question. And here I shortened the answer a little bit due to the reasons to be easier to show it to you, but usually it creates also a much longer text. So AI is capable of delivering high quality and immediate feedback in a way that even some committed educators simply cannot compete with. And this gives us the opportunity and the potential to deliver high quality learning experiences for the learners. Coming to the third application. One of our very first business cases which paid off regarding the use of AI, I already mentioned it, was for translations. As we work internationally and a lot of our leadership programs are delivered in different countries, in different languages, we use translations, applications like DeepL to translate our training material. And after the translation, we ask our local trainers to proofread the documents and adjust it to local nuances if necessary. Here is still a potential for further improvement regarding automation. We still have manual tasks, including like handling different materials on different platforms, but we hope in the near future to get to a one-click solution. This is our hope here. And with tools like SmartCat, for instance, you could also translate complete RISE courses. Coming to the fourth application. Here you see an example how we also can use AI in our daily L&D work. For instance, this is in creating a session outline. This is also a built-in solution of Session Lab, where you can also use the AI function to generate a blog. Here's also again an example. I put the prompt here, create an activity for 12 people to get to know each other. I did not put any time frames here, but if you put the time framing here, it also adjusts the activity to your time needs. And here's the example. It automatically puts it into the right place. Here we have an example for an icebreaker, personal object sharing, and it also gives a detailed description on how to conduct this activity. Moving to the next application. Now I want to come to a little bit more complex application, to skill development. I think that AI has the potential to really disrupt skill development, allowing individuals to acquire skills at their own pace. So when and where they need it. It can really make a difference in learning transfer. With AI, we have the possibility to simulate complex scenarios, to practice it over and over again, and to get instant feedback. Currently, we at MDI are already using this via two channels. The first is via our voice-supported role plays in training. So where we have a human-like counterpart responding to our input in real time. So David's talking to us, but we still need to imagine him like in a phone call conversation. And some companies are already using AI applications with avatars, like Siemens for negotiation and sales, and where they get also feedback on human emotional expressions. Softwares like Second Nature and Hume, you may know them, provide these features. So awesome. So the second application is in combination with VR, which offers an even more immersive experience. So the combination of VR and AI creates an even stronger involvement. And you get also data-driven real-time feedback with quantitative data. We do this, for instance, with virtual speech here. Currently, one of our internal facilitators or AI experts is preparing her travel to an international law firm company to try this out and to use it in a setting there. So also quite useful here. So, and now coming to the possibility to combine all of these together in one. Let me just skip it unintentionally. So the sixth application is bringing it all together. So here is an example how we do it in MDI. I'm just trying to adjust it so that you see also the start of the landing page. This is our AI so-called leadership lab. So leadership this because we are focused on leadership development, of course. So here we have the possibility to do role plays, sorry, I wanted to enter the page. I have to scroll it down on the narrow side. So now it works. So I hope you see also now where we are moving on the page. Here you have the possibility to do the role plays, for instance, and after completing those role plays, you get targeted feedback also based on known communication models. And this feature we use also in training itself, where participants can immediately apply the learned knowledge. But the good thing is that they can use it also afterwards, whenever they need it. And it's currently available in English, but you can also talk to it with in another language, but in response in English. Then moving a little bit further on our platform is where we come to the knowledge bots. When you get, for instance, in a role play situation, the feedback, you should probably work a little bit more on your yin communication style, which would be like the answer I would get in this case. Then you can go here to the knowledge bot and ask the knowledge bot a little bit about yin communication, so to improve on this area. And then you get, so I'm not allowed to switch, so within the slide, yes, awesome. So now you get feedback on an input via knowledge source we also put into this platform, and how you can build up your skills in the terms of yin communication. You can build resonance, you can do partner-centered listening and ask effective questions. So it's based again on our MDI knowledge here. So I will try to move for a little bit upward so you see the rest of the platform as well. We have also here the AI coach and the AI co-leader. So it's a joint platform where the learner can stay and within this environment have a support on their learning development. So you get also the link afterwards. You can also try it out and give us also please feedback how you find it, and what would you like also to have or to see more here on this platform included. We are very open to feedback, and it is a beta version and currently also available for free. So awesome. Now I'm coming to an end. And that's all from me for today. It was a pleasure sharing some of my insights with you. Now I have to run. I'm excited to pick my daughter from kindergarten a little bit early today as David is taking over for me. Thank you for your attention, and I look forward to the next time.
Thank you, Marina, for this.
This avatar. Right now, I'm just a good-looking assistant. But soon, I want to evolve into a co-leader and help Marina with more complex tasks as well. I chose to take on a male role to help increase male representation in the L&D industry. We hope you enjoyed your lunchtime and that you picked up some useful insights to take your AI learning and development strategy to the next level. Stay curious and connected. See you soon.
Well, then thank you, both of you, for your presentation at AI L&D Strategic Toolkit. And thank you, Marina, also for delivering such valuable knowledge and practical strategies. This was the final session of our webinar series, and we truly appreciate your time and engagement. We hope you've gained fresh perspectives, and we are happy to see you at our next MDI Development Week. The recording of the session, along with additional materials, will be made available to you in the upcoming days. I will close this session in a few minutes, so thank you.